All right, so I have the thing running, so whenever you guys are ready to go, I am here.
All right, I can bring us in. And I don't know if you did you listen to your Dark Souls thing back at all, Dustin? When I mentioned that?
Oh, no, I didn't. But I vividly remember it.
I didn't remember how good it was, like, when I played it back.
And the funny thing is, like, now when I play it, I'm just dead silent. Like, I don't even, like, I'm into it. But, like, last night as I was playing Persona, I was getting kind of slaughtered by Monorame, and I was like, God damn it, Jesus, just give me a chance! You know, it's kind of that thing again. But
see, I didn't think that fight was hard, though. The one after it, though, that was kind of hard.
Well, the problem is I'm not really grinding up as much as I should be. And I had a party of people that only know Dia instead of Media. So I was getting, like, stomped. But then once I got that cat in there, he knew Media, and then I was fine.
Mona.
Yeah. Mona!
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to episode 38 of Another Gaming Podcast. Long overdue official episode. I hope everyone enjoyed the mini-sode that me and Alex did to kind of hold you guys off at bay, but we are back, episode number 38. I'm one of your hosts, Steven the Laggy Gamer, joined by fellow co-hosts, Dustin Christ. What's going on, Dustin?
Nothing.
It's currently 6:25 in the a.m. East Coast time. This was a podcast slated to start possibly as early as 5:30, so you're getting most of us while we're only been awake for an hour or so. So
I've had my coffee. I'm good.
Yeah, Dustin had his coffee. We're about 20 minutes in the warming his vocals up, so should be good to go.
Yeah.
And we're also joined by our newest member of the team, Alex, returning by the base. What's up, Alex?
I'm on my third Diet Coke at this point, but hi.
Alex had a fun night last night, so
he's rehydrating with Diet Coke.
Hey, it works. It's better than Gatorade for me, but
yeah.
And unfortunately, Chance cannot be here with us this morning just because it is so early in his time. It's even earlier, so we apologize to the Doomways fans out there, but don't worry, he's still a part of the team. He will be on one, and hopefully with how schedules are working out now, these things seem like they can be more frequently and possible now.
Possibly even like twice a month, because since Kate works every other weekend, I can do this twice a month. Dun dun dun! Yeah. No promises made.
Last thing we want to do is start making promises with episodes, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think we did that once before, and then like there was like a big 5-month gap.
We will be recording every week henceforth, 6 months later. Hey guys, good to be back, and
episode 39.
Episode 2.
And if you hear a bunch of cuts going on in this episode, it's because, I'm bad at kids, and I will have to tend to them during this time. So just be prepared for possible cuts and edits. But with that out the way, E3 just happened, you guys. Yay! 2017.
Yay!
E3!
The collective sigh of...
Well, I came from it really enthused about one day owning a Switch. That's really all I can say. I
think
really cannot wait to have it.
I think that's the big takeaway from E3 2017 is that everyone's like, yeah, Switch doesn't seem so bad now.
I didn't think the Switch was that bad to start. It's just it's a slow burn, but that's like how the N64 started and everything.
It's how every Nintendo system is starting off, you know. Every Nintendo system is a failure, and then a bunch of games come out and everyone's like, okay, it's not so bad. And then at the end when it dies quickly, they're like, oh, it's a failure again. Yeah. There's like this brief little window where everyone's like, Nintendo!
I think it's an awesome looking console. I don't own one, but just seeing it and the sleekness of it, and again, the portability. it just looks awesome. It's just like, yeah, people are waiting for games. I know right now there's been a little bit, ARMS just came out. So other than that, it's just the games are taking a while to get there, but they're coming with an awesome one coming out in August. Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle just looks amazing to me. That has me written all over it since I love XCOM. I don't know if you're able to catch any video of it yet, Dustin, because I know you weren't really watching them, but it looks awesome to me.
With XCOM? Is that what you said?
No, it's got like an XCOM style to it.
Oh, the Mario Rabbids. I'm sorry, yeah. I did watch a little bit of it, but I don't know. If I had a Switch and it was cheapish, I'd probably maybe check it out, but it's not one of those things, like, my priorities have, like, completely shifted in some regards. There's, like, tons of games for the systems out now that I want to get, but I just don't. So, like, a game like Mario Rabbids, it looks cool, but at the same time, like, I'm like, I could be buying something else. You know?
I'm right. Day one purchases have been almost slim to none this year for me. I think Alex is the only one holding it down with the day one purchases.
And I've gotten picky. Like, I mean, you know, I do pickup videos, and you're like, oh yeah, that came out this month, but I'm not doing it day one. It's like if I catch it for like 15, 10 less, plus the Best Buy thing, it's like, you know, I don't want to say why not, but why not at that point? Like, even like Horizon Zero Dawn, I was interested in day one-ing that, but I waited until I could get it for under $30.
Yeah. I still haven't even picked up Final Fantasy 15 at this point, and I might as well just wait for like a Game of the Year Super Edition where they put all the... At this point. But even like Fire Emblem Echoes, which is a game I really want, and like we went to Target to find some baby stuff, and I walked past it and looked at it longingly and left it on the shelf. I don't know. I mean, I used to buy games like day one all the time, but now it's just like, I'll wait a little bit. But then again, Fire Emblem Echoes, I might as well get it because it's not going to get cheap anytime soon.
Yeah, like any Nintendo thing.
Yeah.
For me, it's really been, if it's day one purchase, it's because I'm buying it and playing it that day, and that's the game I'm going to install it. I'm not going to get anything day one anymore and just let it sit on a shelf for a couple weeks until I start it. It needs to be going in the system that day or I'm not getting it. But the Mario Rabbids game would be going in the system if I had a Switch. So the big thing with that was just Nintendo using Ubisoft to make this game for them. So a big, huge partnership between, Ubisoft huge. They're more about doing thing. So partnering with Nintendo to do this was pretty amazing. And I was one of those people who I don't look up leaks and go to websites anymore. I don't have time to go looking through.
What? You mean you didn't realize that all these Metroid games are going to be coming out for 5 years?
Exactly. So it was just a surprise when Nintendo was announcing stuff to me. Everything was a surprise. That was actually a surprise announcement to me. I don't go looking ahead of time.
I think that's the way it should be, too.
Yeah.
Like, you should be surprised by this stuff. But anyway.
Overall, let's just go down. I'll go down each real quick, down the list. Xbox, Alex, were you able to catch? I know you were going away, so were you able to see anything with it?
So for me, because I was at a conference for work for the uninitiated, so I saw everything in terms of posts. But for the Sony conference, we had like some sort of like evening mixer thing. And I just decided to forego going to that and just watch the Sony press conference back in my hotel room. And I missed out. I can honestly say I missed out. For me, typically I always watch the Sony one because it's always interesting. But Nintendo always does theirs during the day, so I always see it after the fact.
Yeah.
But Sony, really disappointing. But Nintendo, I watched it when I got home on Tuesday night, and even Katie was like, ooh, this new Mario Rabbids game looks fun, and then she saw it was turn-based and was like, oh, never mind.
I gotta know, is there a package being taped up or something?
You know, god damn it, I'm just gonna do it real fast. There, okay, it's done.
Go ahead. It's awesome.
You know, it's a podcast tradition that I always use these times to also do other things that I need to do around the house.
We're busy
like mowing the lawn.
Yeah. I did think that'd be really funny to start the podcast and then just rev the lawnmower. That would have been good.
Dustin,
I'm
we
looking at
can't
this
we
here.
can't quite hear you. What? I can't hear you over the freshly cut grass.
Yeah.
We'll go over this list. GameStop did a handy every game that's actually coming out this year, and it's only a list of about 20-something games.
I was gonna say 5.
39. All right, so we got ARMS coming, yay whoopee. The Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy seems interesting. Again, not a day one purchase though.
Oh no, that's a day one for me, and it's not even for me. I was told that we're getting it first day.
Then we got some more Nintendo action with Splatoon 2 and Hey Pikmin, which I'm really interested in Hey Pikmin.
Me too.
What else we got? Sonic Mania's coming out this year. Don't really care. Uncharted Lost Legacy, the game that Sony opened its conference again with. Then when I saw them open again with this game, I
don't understand, because it's not even it's not a full game, right? It's just a DLC for Uncharted 4, right?
It's a good lengthy. It's about 8-9 hour adventure you're going on.
Yeah. So that's about the length. But still, it's like, I enjoy the Uncharted's, but at the same time, it's like, Jesus Christ, God, get over it.
You know what I think? Like, I watched it again later. I mean, obviously, we have Tomb Raider, and that's been doing phenomenally well. And this chick, who I know was important in the main game, I don't even remember her name. So I guess she wasn't that important to me. It looks like they just had leftover assets, and they said, let's make a game out of it. Because you think about it, all they have to really do is reskin and do some face mocap, and that's it.
Yeah, Chloe, that's it.
Thank you.
One coming out that I know Alex will be excited for, and Dustin's probably looking forward to diving into the series eventually. Yakuza Kiwami.
Oh, yes. I was really hoping they would announce the Shenmue remasters officially, but...
Yeah, that would be nice, too. But for anyone who is late to the series, this is a remake of the first one, which... Is the first one still going for a bunch, or is that normally the second one that's up there in price?
Video Games Plus did a reprint of 1 and 2.
Okay.
On PS2. Personally, I would say you're probably better off waiting for the remaster, but the first game was dubbed only, and Mark Hamill does the voice of Majima. So, that in and of itself is a good reason to get the first one.
Are they redoing the voices for the new one?
They're just Japanese only.
Got you.
He's worth so much money now. Back then he wasn't doing anything.
Now, Yakuza 0 just came out this year, and I think reviewed well. People really liked it. Was it okay for you, Alex, going back, hitting 0 after playing, like doing a prequel?
You know, I honestly,
others come out?
It was. I thought it was really good, and I think that's really because it didn't assume you knew what happened in the first games. It didn't shove down your throat, hey, this is a prequel. Hey, this is a prequel. This happens. You know this happens. I mean, some of it, like, I knew what was going on, but I mean, I guess it's not really a spoiler. When you start the game, Kiryu's wearing like a totally different outfit, and then he goes with his buddy, and they go clothes shopping, and he comes out with the white jacket and a pink shirt, and he's like, I kind of like this, and it just sticks like that. I just thought like stuff like that was funny, but again, it didn't shove it down your throat. That was a prequel. But it was in the 80s, which made it even cooler because even the mini games were geared towards the 80s. Like, he didn't have a cell phone. You had to go to a payphone and everything.
Mm-hmm. Now, did the stuff involving the story in the first one, or 0, do you remember, does that carry over to the first one at all?
They mention it. Like,
okay.
It's like, oh, well, because of blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, you can read, like, a little background of it, but now you actually get it fully fleshed out.
Yeah.
But those games are just ridiculous, though. But they're so much fun.
And
so, let me ask you this. If I were to start this series, because right now I have 3, 4, and 5, should I wait? Is 1 and 2 really that important? Or can I get by with just starting with 3 and having the recap?
You could play 3 and watch the recaps. They're long enough. But if you really want to experience the older ones, I would say just get Kiwami as a remaster and just play that, and then go right to 3 and watch the recap.
Okay.
But my personal favorite, I mean, 6 was ridiculous. But the one where like the series really popped open for me was the 3rd one. Because at that point I was like, oh wait, this is like a spiritual successor to Shenmue. Because it literally felt like it at that point.
I worry about going back and playing like the older ones and then being like too archaic and me being like,
They use the same engine, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, I think they use the same engine totally. But in terms of battle mechanics, by the time you get to 5, the fighting just feels a lot better compared to 3.
Yeah.
I would say, because I started with 3, and I started it, and I don't regret it. I wish I would have been able to start with the first one, because 3, he starts off like it's kind of happy-go-lucky. He's got the orphanage, and this is how life is. But, like, 1 and 2, like, you're deep in the Yakuza stuff, man. So,
yeah,
it seems completely different. So, I wish I could have saw that arc or played through that arc in itself before I started with 3. And, so I'm going to get this remake and play through that just to get to that experience.
Yeah, I'll probably get the remake, but I don't know. I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm getting very antsy to play those, because everybody's like, oh my god, and they just keep coming out and coming out and coming out, and I'm getting so far behind. Like, I could probably just sit back and play nothing for the rest of the year but the Yakuza series and not be done by the end of the year, you know what I mean?
Especially if you do side quests. You'll be in it a long time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Dustin, there is a real estate mini game in Yakuza 0. I got so obsessed with it. Like, all you do is buy property and you try to maximize it by buying businesses and stuff. So I think I finished the game in like 45 hours. At least 10 of those was me just doing the real estate mini game.
Did you go out and buy Art of the Deal to help you?
There is also you hire managers to do the real estate stuff with you, and there is a side quest with a fried chicken place, and you literally can hire the guy in the chicken suit to be one of the managers.
Nice.
And his name is like the Japanese word for chicken, I think, but they localized it to nugget.
Yeah. See, that's the reason why I want to play them, is because it just sounds so, like, you just get so wacky in places, you know. But.
And in the fifth game, one of the characters in their story arc, they dance. So they literally have DDR style dance battles in the middle of the street as opposed to fighting.
Awesome.
In 0, you help a kid try to get a video game, like day 1 launch. He's trying to get in line.
Yeah, and it was Dragon Quest. They even hinted it was Dragon Quest. It was
got some awesome side quests.
Yeah, and it's very indicative of the time. Like it wasn't anything like, oh, I'm looking for this. Like, it actually was like a 1980s thing. Like, he was looking for a Famicom game.
Yeah.
And they literally said Famicom?
What did they call? They called it something like that.
Oh yeah, I can't remember.
It was like the Fanicon or something like that. Like, they made it very obvious, but, you know, at the same time they can't, because there's a big Sega logo. Oh, and even in the arcade, the games were 80s style arcade games.
Yeah. And if you're just tuning in now, this is the Yakuza podcast. We're doing nothing but talking about Yakuza. Anyway, back to E3. I'm done talking about Yakuza. I'm done with it.
Metroid?
Well, I was going to say something real quick about this Rabbids game, and, like, it's really awesome that Nintendo's bringing in Ubisoft, and it seems like, hopefully, Nintendo will fix the errors of their old ways with the third-party stuff, but I really, like, I hope that, like, Ubisoft isn't looking at Mario Rabbids and then being like, well, if this doesn't sell, we know that the Switch is going to be a failure, because that's, like, a really kind of a weird game to bet the future on. But anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I was even thinking, because remember, Rayman Legends, I think, was supposed to be exclusive, not console time release exclusive.
Yeah.
So, maybe they bought out the contract so they could put it on other platforms so they could actually make money off of it. And then maybe this game was a consolation, like, oh, we'll make another game for you if you let us break the contract. You never know.
Yeah,
I mean, some of these things happen years down the road. I just think Rabbids, though, I'm like, kind of like, really? Like, I would have rather them do, like, the Rayman universe. To me, that seems a little bit more,
That could be the sequel. You never know.
Rayman Rabbids Kingdom Battle Massacre with
that
Metroid.
Kind of art style, too. Oh, my goodness. Like, I'm trying to picture it now. I'm going to continue on with this list. Kingdom Battle, we got Life is Strange, which you played Life is Strange,
good.
Alex.
That I was actually really excited about.
We got Knack 2, Destiny 2, which, oh yeah.
Yeah, just you and me. We're the only two people excited.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited for it. I had a good time with Destiny.
Let's see. The big heavy hitter, Metroid: Samus Returns, September 15th. I cannot believe. I know Nintendo. They wanted to keep their presentation Switch focused during their Spotlight special, but when they unveiled this at Treehouse, I was both really happy at first and then really kind of like, oh no, because I just played another Metroid 2 remake, and it is Metroid perfection in my opinion. I loved it. So the studio who made Castlevania, that 3DS game, is making this. So I kind of have my reservations with it, but it looks good. I'm just happy there's another 2D Metroid, but it is a remake of the second one. And people are just going to try to measure it up to that remake that was fan-made. And I tell you what, that bar is high because that game is amazing. So,
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I never played that Castlevania game, so I don't know if it was just didn't feel like Castlevania or if it was truly a bad game. I don't know. But everyone seems to be very concerned about Mercury Stream or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
I mean, the Castlevania 3DS one, Mirrors of Fate, I think it's called. It wasn't bad, I don't think, but they played it very safe, very conservative, and they tried to, at least to me, it felt like, oh, we'll make the combat like Lords of Shadow. And, they tried to put it in a 2D setting. And, it wasn't bad, but the traditional Metroid Castlevania-style games, it's not really so much about the combat, it's about the exploration, and they were trying to make it more combat-focused, I felt. Because the exploration part, it was really just like, oh, look, I can go up or I can go down. Oh, I can't go up because I need an ability, so I'll go down. You go down. Hey, I got the ability, now I can go up.
So you think, because when you look at that trailer for Metroid, it looks, because Sam now like parry stuff, and it does look rather combat heavy. So, but it looks solid. I mean, I know a game can look solid, and then once you play it, it'll be crap. But I mean, it doesn't look bad. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
It's one of those ones like I think you have to see visually in person too. Like seeing it on TV won't do it justice. Like I really want to know what these visuals look like while I'm holding it and looking at it, because everyone loves the classic Metroid look, like 2D kind of sprite-based look, and people are questioning, well, why can't you just go with that? Because it already looks so amazing that way. So I'd like to see this in person, hold it on that 3DS screen, and just see what it looks like. It looks like it'll play okay, but Metroid has those eye-popping, colorful visuals, and during the demo they showed, I wasn't really seeing the colors that I'm used to.
It was muted, right?
It's a little thing.
Yeah.
It looked like Killzone. It was a lot of oranges and browns.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing too, because I mean I haven't played Metroid Remake, but I've seen pictures and videos of it, and it just looks like phenomenal. Like, so I think there's definitely a what am I looking for? I just blanked. There's definitely an argument. There's definitely an argument for having those old school Super Metroid graphics. Because I mean, you still play Super Metroid to this day, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
If you want the remake, I still have it.
Perhaps. Yes, not perhaps. I would like to have it.
But I also found it funny how when I saw the announcement and the Metroid Prime 4 logo, at this point I was at home and I was really excited, and Katie was watching it with me, and I was like, how aren't you excited? She goes, why would I be excited? I'm like, are you out of your mind? She's like, I don't like Metroid. Then I was like, get out of my house.
Speaking of, I've never played through the Prime series, and that is my goal right now. I had the Wii U in my son's room so he could play it when he wanted. I have now moved it back to the living room just for the sole purpose of playing the Metroid Prime trilogy. That is a goal, to get those finally done. Have you guys completed all three of them or played them all?
I have beat Metroid Prime 1, and I really loved it. I want to go back and replay it. Echoes, for some reason, I just can't get through Echoes, and I've tried like 3 times in the lifetime that I've had the game, and I get a certain point in it, and I'm just like, there's just something about this one that I just don't really care for. And then I've never played Corruption, because I haven't finished Echoes yet, so.
Yeah.
I played I think I bought the first one like day one or around day one, but at the time I was working a seasonal job, so it was like nonstop work, and I think I got maybe 10 hours into it, and then because it was a summer job, like my hours ramped up, and then I started playing Final Fantasy 11, and that was it.
Yeah.
It was good though. Traditionally at the time, and still I mean, I'm more accepting of it now, but at that point, I could not play first-person games on a console with a controller. Like my brain and my hands it didn't compute at all. Like I was flailing all over the place, but I feel like playing Destiny, playing Overwatch, like now I'm more accustomed to realize, on a console, you're not actively steering your aiming reticle like you're using a mouse. It's more focused on strafing. So now it makes sense, and now I would probably be able to play it again. But I do want to try to play through them though.
And I come from, of course, like console shooter background myself, first-person shooter. And now with this new PC, or not really new anymore that I got, but the powerhouse machine here, I've been trying to get into first-person shooters here, just getting adjusted to the mouse and keyboard. And it really started clicking. I actually booted up the BioShock remastered versions on PC yesterday, which looked amazing, by the way. And I don't know when the last time you guys popped in BioShock was, but man, just going in there again just never gets old. It's been so long since I put that in, so it felt great.
You know what's crazy though? Because I have those too, because I had the original. If you compare them side by side, the remaster, it's funny, has like better textures, but is missing lighting effects. It makes no sense.
It is. But when I found the pistol and pulled off my first shot with it, oh my goodness, it was a headshot. And so I'm starting to get used. I mean, the mouse is so precise. I'm like, wow, I'm actually starting to get a hang of this now. So it's pretty cool. Anyways, continuing on, FIFA, who cares? Cuphead, side-scrolling shooter.
When is that coming out?
It's got a September 29th release date.
I really like the art style of that, but I think the art style is not enough for me to buy the game. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I'm wondering if it's a full-fledged release game, like $60. I mean, they kind of keep pushing it like it is, or if it's an indie game.
If it's like an Ori and the Blind Forest deal where it's like the download is 14 and the physical is like 20 or something, I would be cool with that. But I mean, the art style, to me at least, it looks awesome, but it can look, it's all animated. Who's to say like, oh no, it's not a rendered trailer, it's in engine, but it's an animated trailer. Like you don't know if that's how the actual gameplay is going to translate in terms of being fluid and stuff.
Yeah. Forza 7 coming out, which I really love the Forza games, and I haven't gotten one in a while, so I actually might snag this on PC and crush Alex in racing since he always beats me in fighting games. So
I don't know, man. It's actually funny. I popped in Forza Horizon 3 is on my summer backlog, and I popped in the other day to do a couple of races, and it's like your Drivatar has money because of participating in races, and I got like 2 million credits. And I'm like in 12 different people's drive clubs apparently, because I drive really, really aggressively.
Let's see, I won't hit through all these, but Evil Within 2, October is loaded, by the way, for gamers. Save your money, because there's a bunch in October, but Evil Within 2, I wasn't a huge fan of the first one. I know, Dustin, you're probably looking to get it on the cheap just to test it out, see if you like it.
I want to get Evil Within 1 on the cheap again and try it.
Yeah.
But, Evil Within 2 I probably wouldn't pick up until it was cheap.
Call of Duty, Crackdown 3, I'm really interested in, but I'm probably not going to day one it because I love the Crackdown series. But again, Xbox One has all these games I wanted, but they're coming on PC too, so I still don't need a Xbox One. Like Dustin was saying, until his Golden Gem and Alan Wake 2 gets announced, there's no need for him to own.
But even then, that'll work on PC. And if you're in the market for a new PC down the road...
True. Actually, I think Ernie said he would sell me one of his old gaming PCs, so I might. But Alan Wake 2 would probably need an all new. Anyway, continue.
Middle Earth: Shadow of War was pushed really hard at E3, but I heard people saying, like out in the demos, it does not play at all. If you're a frame rate junkie and stuff, it just was not playing good. So, got some South Park action coming. What else we got? You guys. Dustin, I don't know if you ever got to watch any of the gameplay sections of it or not, but Super Mario Odyssey just looks like gaming heaven.
It looks ridiculous
to play that game.
That's actually like Caitlin, because I've been talking about wanting to get a Switch, and she's like, ugh, do you really need another game system? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then Super Mario Odyssey, like, she watched the trailer, and she just shared it on my page, on my Facebook page, and I was like, so does this mean I can get one? And she's like, I guess.
The new trailer they released with that song, the vocal lyrics, it just sounds so upbeat and uplifting, so Mario. And the demos they showed for it, I mean, people who always wanted, we haven't really had anything like Mario 64 and Sunshine. 3D World was a good game, but the games have been select this point on a big overworld map and go play it. This is like going back to the Mario 64 and Sunshine. You're in a huge world. You go into these other smaller worlds and explore them like crazy. And unlike Sunshine and 64, you don't get kicked out of the level after completing one of the objectives. You get to stay in and just keep exploring it. So I cannot wait for Super Mario Odyssey. It just looks amazing. It's probably going to be up there, Game of the Year contention easily.
Yeah, Katie already called dibs on it when she's actually right in the middle of the trailer. She's went dibs. So, so when that comes out, that pretty much means I don't have a Switch until she finishes it.
Here's another big one for October, though, and I'm curious if it'll be day one for you, Dustin, because it's a game we all love. It's Wolfenstein 2, where it's the day one purchase. It is the first-person shooter, maybe shorter, but it's coming.
Yeah. The first Wolfenstein was such a great experience that Wolfenstein would be a day one purchase.
All right, we go.
I'm in the same boat, personally.
I'm going to be playing Mario. Mario comes out the same day, so I'm going to be playing Mario, so Wolfenstein does not get day one.
I think New Order is half off on Steam right now. If you want for $10, if you wanted to try it for an hour, see what it looks like, and then Steam refund it.
I love the first one too. The way the guns felt in it just felt so nice. It was great.
Which I don't play a lot of first-person shooters, but like you said, it just, everything felt really, really tight, and
Three more, there's a bunch of others coming out, but 3 more big games we're probably all interested in. I don't know if anyone got to watch the gameplay or new trailers for Ni no Kuni 2.
Oh, I forgot to watch that, yeah.
They showed some boss fights, the new combat system. They took something away that I was a little sad about, the familiars. They took the familiars. I know other people didn't like hunting them down and level them up, but I thought it was kind of cool. But the new gameplay system is more action-based. There's no more turn-based. It's hack-and-slash type of Tales, sort of-ish type of action. So the combat looked beautiful. It looked really good. The voice acting sounded amazing. I cannot wait. I'm hoping I am done with all the other RPGs I'm playing by November 11th or 10th, because Ni no Kuni is a day one for me, hands down. I'm still jealous to this day that Dustin got that collector's edition. And
Me too.
Yeah.
Because I got screwed out of that because they were like, oh, you're not allowed, because what happened was my card got hit with identity theft, so I called them, or Digital River, whatever the hell it was at the time, and I was like, oh, my card got hit with identity theft, I need to change it to a new card. And they pretty much told me, okay, I'll cancel it. And I said, no, I don't want to cancel it, I want to change the card. Like, oh, you can't do it, I canceled it. I'm like, what the fuck?
And one of the final 2, one I'm interested in, one I'm really interested in. Star Wars Battlefront 2. Sounds like they listened to the fans, Alex. I know we just recently bought that deluxe version. They have a story mode. The online looks way better.
It does. It really does.
I don't know if it's going to be day one for me. I need to see how the story mode actually is. If it's only like 3 hours, forget it. But I am interested in Battlefront 2.
If there is a thing where, like, pre-order at Best Buy and get, like, a $10 credit on top of the Gamers Club, then I may be more inclined to get it sooner rather than later. Or maybe just get it and then leave it sealed for a week and then decide if I want to keep it.
I'm probably going to do PC if I get it, because I need to start putting this rig.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. That for you, yeah, that's a point. I mean... Yeah. Maybe, the only thing is with PC, it's like for me, I have to be dead sure, or it has to be on Steam, because you can't give it back.
Yeah.
Because I've been burned, before Steam refunds, I've been burned where I get, like, some of these indie games, I'm like, what the hell is this shit?
But the last big one coming out this year,
Knack 2.
Hopefully, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Dustin, did you get a chance to watch the 40-minute gameplay
I watched some of it. Yeah, it's that. Like I said, when that comes out, that's when I get my Switch, and that's. I mean, I think Nick commented on mine because when I posted about it on Facebook, I think Nick, Ballin' Nick.
Yeah.
He commented on it, and he'll probably buy it before he gets a Switch, and that might be me too, because depending on how hard it is to find a Switch around that time. But I'll definitely be getting it because it's. And I want to go back and play Xenoblade Chronicles X. I know. I know.
Yeah.
But I do want to go back and play that some more.
Well, that's another thing with this one too. Again, like the developers heard the complaints with Xenoblade Chronicles X. They know we really loved and enjoyed the first experience in Xenoblade Chronicles with the great story they had for us, that open world concept. So now they've listened. They're going to go back to that while bringing in some stuff from X with it just being huge and open. Little change up in the visuals, which I don't mind. The visuals still look good to me. They're perfectly fine. Reminded me of that Arc Rise Fantasia kind of look from Wii. But combat looked. There have been some complaints from people saying it looks too slow. I don't know if people are paying attention, but he was using heavier weapons, so he was swinging them slower. If you look to the other character, like the healer, he was going pretty fast, wailing in on the guy. So
you want the internet to pay attention and pay attention to context? I mean, what?
The enemies do take a while to down, some of them, yes. So battles seem to last a little longer.
Which is the way the games always were.
And you have to realize in this, and when they're doing these demos, they're trying to really show you everything. So they're trying to draw battles out in ways too.
Yeah, they want you to stay
really see things.
They want you to stay at that demo station for 10, 15 minutes or whatever it is. So you can come back and be like, wow, this looked amazing. Not, oh, I went up there, I killed about 10 things, and it was over in 3.5 minutes. Because then what are you going to write about? You're going to see these stupid clickbait articles from Kotaku being like, I played this, and it was short.
But the new combat system looked really cool. I don't know about you don't start off with your abilities. You have to like auto attack and let it build up some. I'll kind of miss not having certain abilities right off the bat, but
bunch of jokers.
It'll take some getting used to. But it makes the HUD look a lot cleaner because you don't have anything right in the middle of your screen.
Yeah.
So it looks good. I cannot wait. And with them saying that the English translation's only about a week and a couple days away from being done now, that always seems the biggest holdback for us getting stuff over here on time. I really truly think we will be getting it this holiday season. I think it's going to happen.
It's actually funny, when I saw that, I messaged a friend of mine from Final Fantasy XI, and he was a big fan of Chronicles X. And I said to him, I was like, I really hope this isn't like Chronicles X. And he goes, on the contrary, I wish this looked more like Chronicles X. What he really enjoyed about it, he loved the fact that he said the music was great except for the main hub city. But he loved the fact that you could pretty much go anywhere right from the get-go in the game, and it was totally wide open. But he's more accepting.
Until you get swatted by something.
Yeah, but he's more accepting of those MMO mechanics where everything is massive and huge, and you can wander around for hours and then get knickknacks and gather resources and all that. He's more prone to that. Well, I just don't have the patience for that stuff anymore. But I really do not like Chronicles X. I put in 10 hours when it came out. I have no idea what happened. I tried playing it the other day when I was going through another collection trimming, and I think I lasted 45 minutes before I just put it in a box and put it on the to-go shelf.
Well, as far as everything coming out next year, I won't open up the other list and go through that. Unless it's really short. Let me see. Actually, it only has about 20. But next year, some of the big ones, Monster Hunter World was a surprise, I guess, for a lot of people at the Sony one. Again, me and Dustin tried some Monster Hunter 3 on the Wii U during one of the earliest boss fights. I mean, we used up the whole time limit and couldn't kill the freaking bird. So I want to like these games, but something about them, I don't know. I could never really get into it, even though I'm excited for it.
I'm the same
So
way.
it's weird.
I mean, I love those style. I've said before, I love those style of games, but the Monster Hunter ones, like the OG, I can't do it. It just doesn't click at all.
Yeah, I need to sit down with Scott Ultimate Void so he can kind of tell me what I'm missing here.
I even watched like a whole tutorial from Pro Jared on like, this is your first time playing Monster Hunter. This is what you need to know.
Me too, yeah.
And I was so informative, and it got me hyped to play it. And I go in, I'm like, I still can't do this.
I just don't dig the crafting. Just give me a weapon drop. Like, I don't want to have to build my gear and stuff. I like loot drops. So.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, you know I'm with you on that one. So.
Yeah. One I told you about, Alex, that you have no choice. We're playing A Way Out, the co-op experience from Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. You can only play through the game co-op. You have no choice.
I showed that to Katie. She was like, I am not playing this with you. I was like, why not? She's like, I don't trust you. You'll leave me for dead. I'm like, I can't. It looks really cool,
Anthem,
though.
Yeah. Anthem, BioWare's answer to Destiny. But okay. Gotta see some more.
Yeah.
Sure. One that looked pretty cool during Ubisoft's press conference, Starlink Battle for Atlas. A shooter kind of shmup style game, but you build your ship. Like, you get the real ship and you can attach pieces to it. So, seemed weird. Sea of Thieves, one I'm excited about next year.
I'm excited for that too. Although somebody actually said it felt or looked like a lot like Guns of Icarus on Steam. So I'm tempted to grab that and use it for an hour and see what I think of it.
All right, I'll check that out then.
It's like that's more like a steampunk we're on an airship deal.
One that I'm extremely hyped for, Dragon Ball, and they said they clarified the name. I thought it was Dragon Ball Fighter Z, but it is called Dragon Ball Fighters. It just looks beautiful.
That looks awesome.
It is the DBZ fighter we've wanted. Guilty Gear guys, Arc System Works are making it. That's why it looks so gorgeous.
It looks like what Marvel vs. Capcom should be.
Yes.
I'll be honest, that demo was really, really good, but the animation is horrible. Like, it's almost as if Capcom was like, okay, we still have to make up for Street Fighter V. Let's have the interns do the graphic design for Infinite, and then we'll spend most of our time trying to fix the boob physics in Street Fighter V. Like, it made it looks horrible. Everybody, even Katie said, wow, these guys, what happened? They look terrible.
All right.
And Chris Redfield isn't nearly as jacked as he should be.
New Kirby coming. New Metroid Prime 4, of course, announced. Just a screenshot. But Kirby and Yoshi both look really nice to me. I need to get a Kirby game. Spider-Man looked like a cool QuickTime event.
It looked like a
combat.
But see, that's the thing.
It did look good.
Yeah, everyone's talking about that Spider game like it's really good, and yeah.
But the combat in Amazing Spider-Man was really good already. The first one, not the second one. And that kind of reminded me of it, but how do you end the conference with that? Like, that wasn't a conference ender for me. That was more like...
I couldn't believe that, man.
That was... See, like, if they showed that, and then they showed, like, some dude walking through, like, a desert and then collapsing to his knees and it says Dark Souls 4, that's a good way. I hope, thankfully not. But if they did something like that, it would make sense, not just, here's Spider-Man and now credits. Like, it just didn't make any sense.
Would you have been more excited if it was like, Bloodborne 2?
No. I would love them from software I'm talking about. Like, let's say the trailer was somebody like Isaac Clarke going through like a ship, and everybody's like, oh, it's Dead Space 4, it's Dead Space 4, and then it's like Dark Space or something like that, and it's literally like Dark Souls in space. I think that would be totally awesome.
Oh,
Dark Souls in space.
like face huggers and like xenomorph things running around, and like say the Switchblade, but instead it's like some sort of crazy Switch laser cutter.
Because I thought they were supposed to announce something.
I heard they were working on a new Armored Core, too.
Yeah.
Hopefully PlayStation Experience will show a bunch of stuff. But to end this part, or go ahead.
I was going to say, that's probably where they're saving it, because, I mean, year over year, everybody keeps saying E3 is less relevant, it's less important, which I mean, this year going into it, I had no expectations at all. So I am really beginning to think that, but it can't go away because it's so ingrained.
Yeah.
But everybody has their own shows now, so it's like, yeah, we'll go and we'll do a few teasers, but then we'll, go for the throat in, PlayStation Experience or like a Pokemon Direct or something along those lines.
Well, to end this off, and then we'll jump into our meat and potatoes of this episode. Beyond a discussion I kind of had a little chat with Dustin with on Facebook. Beyond Good and Evil 2, they showed a cinematic trailer for that. A lot of people got excited. Now, I'm not a person who I own Beyond Good and Evil 2. I own it on the PS2 and the GameCube, but I've yet to pop it in and play it. I get the excitement for the new game, but something about and I don't mind cursing in games, it's fine, I could care less, but when the monkey was coming out there and every sentence had an F word in it, I was like, is this really, I mean, they seemed to be overdoing it and pushing it. And I thought this was a teen game, so I guess this was going to be rated M for mature. And someone made a comment in the chat room I was talking about. It's like, well, they're grown-ups in the game, so it's an adult game now. It's like I'm an adult and the F word isn't coming out of my mouth every sentence.
They're talking about mortgages and school tax. It's an adult game now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to be like that in game or it's like you were saying, Dustin. Sometimes it's funnier when they just bleep over it, and it's funnier that way. I just think they overdo it, especially Ubisoft games. Ubisoft just seems to overdo it like crazy, but maybe it's a French thing. I don't know.
Ooh la la.
Beyond Good and Evil 2 was really a weird thing because everybody, it seemed like people got excited about it, but then they also got like offended by it too. Because everyone was claiming, well, there was you with the overusage of, the cursing, which I agree with. I think cursing is like,
Passe.
An essay?
No, passe.
Bill Burr is good at it, and it's funny every time he does it.
Well,
it just doesn't work for some things.
I think it's like seasoning a meal. Like the perfect usage of cursing really adds something to it, but when you just start, throwing salt on everything, it makes everything taste like crap. So,
yeah,
I don't know. But then everybody was getting all upset because apparently they were getting like social justice warrior overtones from the game and something like that. And I'm just like, It's like, I don't know. It just feels like if it's got a female character in it and they're not like stereotypical Japanese, like Senran Kagura Burst type characters, then it's like, oh my god, everything's ruined because these social justice warriors. And I'm just like, what's the wrong with having a diverse cast in a game? Like, why is that?
Yeah.
Why is it something that has to be commented on?
Why did the monkey have to be Jamaican and black?
The
stereotype of the monkey. Yeah. So, anyways, all right. Well, we are going to take a momentary break real quick so I can switch the Blu-ray for the kids. Keep it a little bit longer, and we'll be right back with the meat of this episode. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with the meat of this episode, and we want to bring back our surprised host. Chance Doomwaves was able to make it.
He woke up.
I woke up.
That's his actual voice, people, not like the robotic overtones and stuff. He's that tired still. So is it like 6:30 there or 5:30? To get this right.
6:30 right now.
6:30. It's like 6:30 on my Saturday. What the hell am I doing awake?
4 a.m. club.
Oh man. Well, we are very happy to have you here, Chance, for this exciting part of the episode.
Well, I'm happy to be here.
Man, you can just hear it in his voice.
They made me come.
Yeah.
Basically, this part of the episode, I figured it'd be really cool to do. I saw it on another podcast, or not really a podcast. If anyone's familiar with Game Trailers, the debunked website, those guys went and formed their own kind of Twitch, YouTube thing now called Easy Allies. And during one of their videos, Easy Update, they did this segment called Killing Your Babies. basically where they have a list of a bunch of the greatest game series or games ever made, and you just start eliminating one by one. You eliminate them off the list, and those watching this on YouTube, you'll see the list on the screen, and as we eliminate games, you'll see them get erased from all eternity until there is one game left. Now, we are not going to call this Killing Your Babies. We're going to call it Your Childhood on Blast. Because
we don't want to really just completely steal somebody else's idea. We just want to,
Yeah.
It's just light plagiarism.
Yeah.
Polite plagiarism. It's polite plagiarism.
Yeah.
Which we're probably not the only people who have done it, but it was such a cool idea. I figured it's something, it'd be cool to get other people's opinions too on it, see what they always end with. And it's something you can always revisit. Like, say, Fallout wins today. You could always come back with some different games or some of the same, maybe a year from now, and see what would win then. So the one special thing we're doing with this is we're giving every person here a shield. So if someone has a game they don't want to see get eliminated, they can say shield. Example, Chance wants to eliminate Mega Man. I say shield. Mega Man will automatically make it to the top 10 games that are left. So each one of us have one of these shields that we can use, kind of a lifeline, to save a game and automatically push it to the top 10. The gentleman here, me and Alex kind of pieced this list together, and then I put some stuff on it for everybody that would kind of have their own flavor in here of games they like. So we'll see who last. I know Chance is just now seeing this list, so he's going in with no game plan probably. He's being shocked with it.
He has a game plan. He has a game plan of making Doom to the end of the list.
That's the only game plan.
Dustin and Alex have seen the complete list for a couple hours now, just while we've been recording. So we're just going to get into it. And I figured we'd start off with the oldest fart here can start first. So Dustin, you will kick this off. And then let's just go Dustin, Chance, me, then Alex.
Okay.
So Dustin, where would you like to start this off?
So are we supposed to do this like just on personal preference, or are we supposed to do this like on historical significance?
This is personal preference. Hold on one second.
Daddy.
Why are his kids British?
I don't know. Sounds right.
Can I have some more, please?
But
Daddy,
Daddy, you
the
never
DVD
give us porridge.
Daddy, the DVD is done.
The video recorder is showing the menu with the words. It says menu, play, extra features, and options.
Options.
Okay, after my adopted child goes back to her room.
Get back to your cell.
But yeah, this is your personal preference. So I mean, if you hate something, this is what you want to eliminate. So hopefully all you guys are keeping track, so I don't have to reread the list you guys every time.
I have it in front of me. I was going to actively delete them as we go.
Okay.
I was just looking at the list a little bit more closely, and man, you put Twisted Metal on here? Is that even a thing anymore?
I had to put some throwaways on there to not make it too hard.
I mean,
it's significant series back in its day in the 90s, man.
I mean, our target audience of internet kids who don't have any history, they're not going to remember what Twisted Metal is.
But you have to give the options.
Okay, well, I mean, gosh, do I want to go for some gusto here? Team Ico, like the entirety of Team Ico's work?
Yes, they're done.
That's a mighty claim if you take that out. You're basically taking away tears that were cried across the world over 3 games.
Yeah. Well, let's just get the cannon fodder out of the way. Let's go ahead and get rid of Rock Band. Fuck Rock Band.
Right. Rock Band is gone.
I mean, it pretty much is anyway, but
The original games were fun though.
They were fun, yeah.
See, I never got into those music games.
I got the original Rock Band, like the whole kit, when I got my PS3. With my very first paycheck from like my new job at the time. I remember I got the check, I didn't have direct deposit, I literally just went to the store with cash in hand and I bought both. It was like $1,000.
Wow. Alright, Chance. Go for it, buddy.
I'm going straight for the throat here.
Smash
Brothers
goodness.
Gone.
Ooh!
Smash Bros. Gone.
Ooh!
That's shield that.
Is everybody gonna shield it? I mean, I love the series. I actually played it day before yesterday, actually, on the Wii U, because apparently they didn't cancel that internet yet. It's a good series, though.
I think
It is, but I mean,
us here aren't ever been big fans of it though. Like the new one came out, yeah, it was fun, but
think about this, Alex. If you shield it, then binary domain has.
I know. It would be a strategic miscalculation if I were to shield Smash, but I played the original one on N64 as an import title before they even said it was coming out over here.
wow.
And that's how I found out about like Marth and stuff through those games. I'm not gonna shield it.
I'll go ahead and go with mine. I know it was a significant moment in gaming history, but Pong no longer holds up.
Oh, come on.
Pong is gone.
You guys are going with the easy targets.
I kind of told them forthwith chance that I'm going to kind of go in an order where I'm not going to try to cut any throats early.
You're basically eliminating the 70s. That's pretty much what you're doing. The 70s never happened.
I really hope that like Chance just keeps going through the throat and we're left with the Sim.
And everybody is now disappointed.
Yeah, the winner is the Sims, I guess.
Alex, whatever you want, man.
You know, I love some of these games, but recently they've just been, I don't know what cylinders they're hitting, but they must be broken. I say Need for Speed, you gotta go.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right.
No tears shed there.
The Underground series I love, but then, like you said, it's kind of lost its way. So
the new
I've never
one,
been much for racing games anyway, so I really have no dog in that fight.
The new one that came out, not the one coming out, but the one with the live action that was just on, like, to me, it had so much promise as, like, a good throwback, and it was just miserable.
The Run?
No, not the Run. The one that was just called Need for Speed. The one that was online all the time and nobody could play it.
Oh.
I think I have that. I think I bought that. Is that the Vita one?
No, that's Most Wanted.
I think I bought. I do have a Need for Speed for the Vita. I think for some reason, like I bought my Vita and there wasn't very many games at GameStop, so I was like, oh, I guess I'll get a racing game.
We'll go for it, Dustin. Cut throats or play it
Yes,
safe?
I do have Most Wanted. God, I almost want to say Halo now just to see what Chance does.
Donkey Kong includes the original ones and the SNES ones, everything. So just clarifying.
Yeah, because it's like some of these are series and some of these are individual. No, I guess they're all series, aren't they? Like the entire series is just wiped, except for Binary Domain, which is there.
That is a series. There's going to be a trilogy, I promise you.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna do something that I don't understand why people get so nutsy over these games. I've played some of them; they're fun, but like people just lose their mind over this. I'm gonna get rid of Kirby.
Ooh! Kirby that early! Holy smokes!
Yeah, I remember playing Kirby Dream Land on the Game Boy a lot because that's one of the only games I had from a Game Boy. But beyond that, like, I don't really understand why people go like, "Oh my God, Kirby, a new Kirby game!" Woo!
Kirby is the greatest warrior in the entire universe. He could beat Jesus if he felt like it, but he won't because he's nice.
Hey, Alex, nobody fucks with the Jesus.
But it's Kirby. He'd show up with cakes and pies. Probably eat the cakes and pies on the way, actually. Yeah. That hurts.
Twisted
that
Metal,
actually hurts.
Well, use your shield. Use your shield.
Chance, whatever you want, man.
Okay, well, do I go for the throat again?
Oh.
Or do we just get rid of some fodder now?
I know what I'm shielding, so unless I hear it called, my shielding.
Yeah, I know what I'm shielding. So
yeah, we'll go ahead and get rid of some fodder just so we can make it more interesting a little later. Okay. We'll get rid of the Sims.
There we go.
Nobody cared.
That was supposed to win.
I like the original. I mean, I had a hacked version of it back in the day.
Yeah.
I never actually.
All I would do was build houses, and then like I would never play the game. I would just like put in the code to get all the money, and then just build houses.
My friend was, she was streaming her Sims 4 game, and basically all she would do is she would give somebody an espresso machine, then put them in a room with no toilet, and watch them shit themselves.
Well,
very popular, very, very popular.
I'm looking at the list, and there's about 5 or 6 to 7 that are going to be easy, and then it's already looking like it's going to be tough. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of... I'm going to get rid of the Uncharted series. Goodbye, Uncharted.
I didn't even realize Uncharted was on here.
It was there.
It was above Tomb Raider, but now that it's gone, Tomb Raider is, I don't know, I prefer
Well, Tomb Raider should last around longer than Uncharted, just for historical sake.
Oh, I was supposed to be keeping track of what got eliminated.
Oh no, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
So that's on mine.
No, I mean, I have a list of how I'm going to edit the screen.
Oh.
And I left off at Pong. I forgot what we eliminated. What did you eliminate first, Alex?
You got rid of Need for Speed.
Yeah.
And then Dustin was a killer and killed Kirby.
Yes!
And
Your tears are delicious to me.
Sims was last.
Sims, and then
Whatever you said.
Uncharted. Alright, go ahead, Al.
So, because I'm looking at this list and I really want to alter the gaming economy, as it were, I want to get rid of Half-Life.
Wow. You're going to let Tetris and Twisted Metal, Pac-Man...
Gabe Newell does not need that much money. Half-Life is gone.
Letting Minecraft beat Half-Life. Okay. Half-Life is gone. Gordon Freeman. Would you return?
The third one's not coming out anyway. It's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, Dustin.
Oh, back to me, man.
Yep.
Gosh, let me think about this for a second. Man, you guys would just lose your mind if I said Dragon Quest, would you? You know what? Let's get rid of Call of Duty.
Okay.
Let's just get it out of the way right now.
Call of Duty. I'm happy with that.
Before it even became like what it is today, I never back when it was strictly World War II, I had like no interest.
I had my fun with it.
And now that it's back to World War II, you have no interest.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens, right? I was interested in the one that had Kevin Spacey in it, but I only bought it because Kevin Spacey was in it.
That one, the story was actually really, really good on that one.
It was, and it was Kevin Spacey. Like after I finished it, I traded it back in. I was like, that was great.
Yeah. No, for me, honestly, like it hasn't been like really good as a series for a long time, but I still enjoy the campaigns, so I still play them. But yeah, I'm well aware that for the most part, they're not that good anymore. So yeah, I'm okay with it going.
What else are you okay with being gone?
Let's get Donkey Kong out of there.
Donkey Kong!
I hate him. Donkey Kong, I mean, not Chance.
I still like putting in the original Donkey Kong on the NES is still. I mean, it's still like a ridiculously like all these. You know, even me, that was like, oh my god, Dark Souls is so hard. Go play Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not pixel perfect.
Yeah, I like to watch like that King of Kong stuff and just like, oh my god, like what are these people like X-Men or what?
They're machines, man. They're total machines.
Alright, I'm actually going to go for a bigger one here just because seeing Donkey Kong eliminated kind of upsets me. Donkey Kong Country Returns, such a classic series. I love seeing that game speed run. I am getting rid of Pokemon.
Oh my god.
I'm okay with that, but that's a big one.
You kill me.
You know what my secret love for Pokemon was? Like, I love the games because they've been redoing the same thing over and over again, except for the latest one. Did you guys ever watch the anime when it was first released?
Yeah.
Do you remember the episode with the scientist where he wanted to go live on the moon with the Clefairy?
No.
I do, actually. I watched a few episodes, and I do remember the Clefairy episode.
It makes no sense. He's like, I'm going to go to the moon and live with the Clefairy. I was like, what the hell is wrong with you, man? You die, alright?
Speaking of death, what next on the list is dying, Alex?
Oh, that hurts.
Oh, I'm up?
Bad.
Alright, well, let's see.
Yeah, you got 5 seconds to shield if you want.
Oh, my
but
God.
4, 3, 2, it's dead. All right, Alex.
All right.
I just want to say I love that Twisted Metal's still on here.
I know.
Okay, well, that being said, I'm going to get rid of Minecraft.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one too.
Get rid of it. I don't care.
I do not. People can enjoy it. That's fine. I don't get it. I don't see. I've tried it. I just don't see the appeal.
The only playing Dragon Quest Builders, I can see the appeal, but for me, only thing that Minecraft is a digital Lego set.
Yeah.
I like to see what people create with it, but as a game,
I've played hours and hours and hours of Minecraft, and personally, I love it, but it is absolutely just a time waster. You don't invest any energy into it. I mean, unless you're building things, I guess. I mean, I never really got into crafting or building. I would just mine stuff, just go around and dig and try to find diamonds and stuff. So I mean,
you'd really like Dragon Quest Builders, Chan.
There's so many different ways to play Minecraft. They're in small ways. I mean, they're not so dissimilar from one another, but people play it in so many different ways, and I definitely understand why it's as popular as it is, and as addicting as it is, because like I said, I've probably put 100 hours into Minecraft over the last several years, and I love it, but yeah, I can see why people also don't like it too.
Yeah. What are you killing, Dustin?
I should just say binary domain just to see Alex.
I don't think he will shield it. Actually, I would call him on it.
Well, you think that's my sacrificial lamb?
I don't think you're gonna shield it.
Well, I'm looking at this list, and I really don't know anything else that you would really. Maybe Yakuza.
Fun fact: Yakuza has never won Game of the Month for Alex, as much as he
true.
loves it.
Yeah, it never has.
Fun fact: Steven has a very amazing memory for all of Alex's things.
I know it's kind of frightening.
Yeah,
He has a mole on his upper left shoulder. No.
He's got a shrine. The lock of his hair.
The gray hair or the brown hair?
Both.
Let's do. I'm going to do this because this, as much as I like certain things about this series, I really just do not like it anymore. I'm going to say Resident Evil.
Ooh, you didn't play 7 yet, did you?
I didn't play 7, but I played the kitchen demo or something where you're
What
VR demo.
You have to play the full game.
I will not shield.
Ooh.
Oh man!
I was
Your
gonna say
favorite game of all time.
If you played 7, I guarantee you wouldn't have gone for it this
Well,
round.
I wouldn't have gone for it this early, probably, but really thinking about it, the only game in the series that I have any interest in now, replaying, going back to, is Resident Evil 2, the HD remake when that eventually happens. That's the only I don't even want to go back and play 4. Because I remember 4 being such a great experience, and then after playing 5, I was I don't really want to go back and not like it now. So
And Chance, you made a comment. My favorite series. There's actually kind of been a shift in my favorite series now, and it's going to show if you hear me say shield.
I thought Resident Evil 2 was your favorite game of all time. That was your number 1.
It's been a while since I made my favorite game of all time list.
He's been pouring around.
I mean, I don't care. Good riddance to Resident Evil, but I just think that's a little.
Oh, it hurts.
Crazy.
It hurts. And I will pay back the favor on my turn.
Oh. Here we go.
It starts. Does it start? Go ahead, Chance.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll bid farewell to an overrated series. So long to Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. Twisted Metal is still on.
And Twisted Metal is gonna last a little bit longer because bye Silent Hill.
Ooh.
I'm fine with it because beyond the initial trilogy, it really started to go downhill. 4 was good.
Downhill?
And downpour. So
You can go out.
All right. I never
what
really
did
cared.
Chance get rid of?
What?
GTA.
He got rid of GTA.
Okay, there it is. I'm just updating my list. Okay.
I never really cared for Silent Hill. I mean, I tried 2, didn't really care, didn't finish it. Tried 3, didn't really care, didn't finish it. I did the one on the Wii. I almost said the Wii U. I did the one on the Wii, and that was fun. But after that, I have a love-hate relationship with this series. I play one entry, and I think it's amazing. Then I play another entry, and I think it's horrendous. And then I play another entry, and I think it's okay. And then I play another one, and I think it's terrible. So I am going to eliminate Halo.
Oh, how is Twisted Metal beating Halo?
Because we're all trying to piss each other off.
What the heck? Alright, I'm giving 5 seconds to shield. 4.
Oh my
3,
god.
2. Halo's gone.
Shield.
Oh!
Did you really do it? Alright, so Halo's in the top 10.
We will shield it. Halo top 10.
He breathes a sigh of relief.
That means someone could really go for the
Oh,
on the next
so
one.
bad.
Halo.
But
shoot.
looking at what's left here, honestly, like there might be really just one other one that I would use a shield on.
Twisted Metal.
And, yeah, of course. So like I think this is a hunch. That one is maybe a little bit more popular than the one that I actually shielded.
Okay.
So
That's good thinking. Good thinking.
I think I made the right decision. We'll see.
Just to get the crap out of the way, I'll get rid of Twisted Metal. It lasts.
Damn it! I really want it.
Crap because I love those games.
Somebody shield it.
It wasn't your turn.
Did you? Oh no, it's not because you shielded.
I shielded.
No, no.
My turn. It's Dustin's turn.
Oh.
Right?
Oh wait, no. Does Alex have to pick something else because I shielded?
No, I think
No.
No, it just goes. So it is my turn.
Yeah, it is your turn.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and do Twisted Metal. I'm sick of seeing it.
Let's make it tough. Yeah.
The joke's gone far enough.
I love the second
Now
one.
Well, I remember what was it, Twisted Metal Black on the PS2? I played a lot of that, because again, it was like, I don't have any games, Twisted Metal Black! And then I did enjoy it.
I like how they gave Keith Richards money so they could use Paint It Black as the theme song.
All right, Chance.
All right, we'll go ahead and clean up some more. We'll get rid of Tetris.
All right. Tetris gone. Big.
I should have put
Pac-Man's
Puyo
still
Puyo
there.
on this.
No, that would have been gone.
No, it wouldn't have. I would have shielded that. Top 10.
I'm sorry I eliminated Hatsune Miko from.
What?
your
Oh yeah, you
list.
took her out. What happened? I just realized that. Where is she? Put her back.
She's gone. And I'm getting rid of Pac-Man.
Okay.
And
Man,
these
now
are
we're
both
good.
important titles in history. Tetris, huge puzzle game. Pac-Man, arcade classic.
Like I said, the
But
70s and
they're
80s
gone.
never happened, apparently.
Okay,
Oh.
so literally everything on the list now, looking at it, except for maybe Tomb Raider and Sonic, I think everything could be a little bit cutthroat now.
Which, listen to what you just said, Sonic.
Yeah, I
A
was gonna say,
key
isn't Alex
member
a big
in
Sonic
Sega's
fan?
history.
So's a
Yeah, but I mean,
forklift.
like, when has been the last great Sonic game? to be
Sonic
honest with you?
Generations.
Oh.
And that was like 6 years ago.
Sonic All-Star Racing.
Oh, that was a
Super
good one,
Mega
too.
Ultra Transformed Edition. That one.
That was good.
Wait a minute, whose turn is it?
Alex.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No great loss.
But then I just realized Devil May Cry lasted longer than Resident Evil.
I think it's because we're glazing over it because it's just DMC on there.
No, it's because it's Dante. He's dreamy.
All right, that's it.
Hold on, let me get Mortal Kombat out.
Fatalities never existed. Gone.
I didn't care for the original one. Like I honestly didn't get into the series until 2, and then it died
Yeah.
right after 3.
Yeah. Well, I really liked 2, and then 3 was just they changed so much of the gameplay to make it like more combo centric, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like
I
the
didn't
newer
like-
ones. The newer ones are great, but it's just
I
every
didn't
time
like
you.
9 and 10 are awesome.
That you just eliminated the whole series, though. That's what I'm saying, Alec. That means all Mortal Kombats. You're getting rid of all.
Oh, we never put Injustice on here. I totally would have.
Shielded it.
No, I would have. I would have thought about it.
Decision.
Just because there's literally every other series on here I have enjoyed, but I've never gotten into this one, nor do I particularly like these style of games. Let's just go ahead and get rid of Warcraft.
Ooh.
We can. That is, I've spent countless hours in the world. But the RTS games, I mean, I'm putting all that in here. I've yet to get a try, but, yep, let's get rid of it. Warcraft gone.
Let me see if I can.
I was actually going to do the honor and eliminate it myself next, actually. But,
Let me see if I can still do the
since
voice.
you did it for me.
Something to doing? Work.
Is that Kermit the Frog? Or
It's supposed to be it's supposed to be the peon
I thought it was Yoda, but it didn't sound right.
or Yoda.
All right, Chance, whenever you're ready, man.
Well, while we're at at Blizzard's throat, let's go ahead and get rid of Starcraft too.
Ah, that hurts me. That really hurts me.
Does it hurt you enough to shield?
No, I love StarCraft. Except for the space love magic. I love that series so much.
That's a series I really would like to try, but like
It's so even the books are good.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna
for me,
shield
it's
it.
like I love like the Warhammer like lore and kind of the overarching story and stuff. The 40K, especially Warhammer 40K. But man, I could never get into those the RTS games like Dawn of War and stuff like that. They look fun, but yeah, I can't do it. Same with StarCraft. Like I think that everything about StarCraft is cool, but I can't get into the gameplay myself.
So what about like Halo Wars?
Yes, I can't do it. I mean, I want to again because I love Halo, but yeah, I can't do it. It sucks. It sucks for me.
Now, is it something like you can't? Can you watch somebody play it? Like if it were on Twitch?
Yeah.
Or is it, okay.
Yeah. No, it's just for me personally, and I don't know if it's just my hand-eye coordination or I just can't wrap my brain around what exactly I'm supposed to do, like my on-screen management or what. But I just can't. I can't do it because I've actually played, a couple hours worth, I guess, of StarCraft and Halo Wars, and I just don't. My brain doesn't get it. But I mean, I like to watch it though.
All right. Well, the next one to get intimidated. I'm looking at the list. We're down to 25 guys, so we're like halfway through this list.
Yeah, but now the discussions are really going to start happening.
This is actually pretty easy for me.
Uh-oh.
Fun game.
Oh shit.
Singular title game.
Oh shit.
But I'm looking at the competition here. It does not have the weight to hold with these. Binary domain is getting cut from the list.
The only reason it's on the list is to piss Alex off.
You made it to the top 25. I'll give you that. You're in the upper 25% of humanity.
I told you it wouldn't be a shield.
Love that game too. That's
such
one of
a
my
good
favorite
game.
Experiences on the PS3. Like that. That's a really good game. So yeah, it hurts me too. But obviously, it's just one though.
I don't like robots.
I mean, it's an honor it made the list. We're talking greats all time here. So it's like, even being on the list meant something. Top 25, it means something, Alec.
Yeah, you don't see Front Mission Evolved on this list. Come on.
But go ahead and eliminate away, Alec.
Alright, I am going to eliminate... I'm gonna say Sonic. I mean, I love Sonic 1, I love Sonic 2. Sonic CD is my personal favorite. But I grew up a Nintendo kid first, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Alright. Sonic gone.
It's still shocking though to hear it come from you.
I thought you meant like I'm still shocked that you didn't shield binary domain.
No, well, yeah, that too, honestly. But no, I'm surprised that you're the one to take out some of all of us here.
Yeah. All right, Dustin.
Let's see. DMC's got to go.
Dante's gone. I'm actually honestly surprised Dante lasted this long.
Again, I
the
think it's
DMC thing.
Oversight.
I think we just oversighted it. Yeah.
I still find it funny how Devil May Cry was supposed to be a Resident Evil game, and they're like, "This is nothing like Resident Evil. We should really change the name."
What I've learned is next time I put Resident Evil on a list, I'm just putting RE, so you guys don't see. Sneaks in there. All right, Chance.
Oh man. Who to piss off now?
Yeah, because it's really getting down to the nitty gritty here.
Yeah, it really is.
Although I would have to say there's still, I would say there's two obvious choices before we really start getting at each other's throats.
Yeah,
Maybe 3.
Let's go ahead and get Tomb Raider out of there.
Okay.
I don't think anybody's shielding Tomb Raider.
No, and the only reason I would be upset about Tomb Raider is because the new games have been so good. The old PS1 games, whatever.
They aged like mayonnaise left in the sun.
Yeah, they're bad.
All right, you actually took my pick, so
All right.
she's done raiding tombs.
Her and Nathan
Sorry,
Drake are in the
Angelina.
abyss.
Sorry, Angelina. Rest
Looking
in
at the
peace.
list, I know it's a beloved series, but I've yet to really dive into it. So Persona's gone.
Oh.
Oh. Dun dun dun.
You would realize your mistake as soon as you played Persona. Persona 3, I can be okay with maybe not grabbing you, but 4 and 5 are whew.
I'm only halfway in 4, and it didn't really grab me. I think 5 will. I think 5 will be the selling point.
If it didn't grab you, then I'm telling you right now, sir, you're not American playing the Japanese.
American.
Knowing our audience, they probably really disliked that elimination just now. So sorry, audience.
But notice nobody's
Really
jumping to shield it either.
Yeah.
My only real experience with Persona has been Persona Q, and even though I love Etrian Odyssey, Persona Q was so much Persona in it. It's so wordy. It took me so far out of what I loved about Etrian Odyssey that I couldn't finish it.
See, and that's my thing with Persona Q as well. You would think I love Persona and I love Etrian Odyssey, but I do not love them together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for some people, I can see how it worked great, and I can appreciate that. But man, it there was so long in between the parts that I liked that I just had to shelve it. So, I'm not saying I'll never go back to it. I'm just saying it's no great loss for me right now to see Persona gone from this list.
Yeah.
See, and me with Persona Q, it's kind of the same thing as you two. It was just too much of both and nothing significant between the two. So it's here you have the crazy Etrian Odyssey map making dungeon stuff. Here you have the Persona character building. Let's put them together. And then it's literally taking we'll say Thanksgiving dinner and then stacking Thanksgiving dinner on top of it. It's just too much. And then because of that, nothing really stood out for me personally. It was fun, but it wasn't outstanding.
Plus having both casts of Persona 3 and 4 was just Jesus Christ.
I think that was a mistake. I think they should have just had a mishmash of characters from whatever Persona game and just stuck with that instead of this you played a full chapter and then hey, here's a whole bunch more characters and you can choose to play as them now if you want to.
Yeah.
Plus, here's all these personas.
Yeah.
And you know what I found out later? I I don't know if the characters scaled differently, but I love the Persona 3 cast. That's really where I really rediscovered the series. So I wanted, Aigis and Mitsuru and Akihiko on my team, which was great, but I felt like I kind of limited myself because it reached a certain point in the game, I guess with the difficulty curve, where I was getting stomped left and right.
It was the second dungeon for me. The second dungeon, I was getting stomped. I'm like, oh, God. Yeah.
That elimination was quite the discussion.
Yeah, really just a Persona Q discussion.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, nobody's saying anything bad about the mainline games.
Yeah.
Well, what are you killing, Alex? Because
I admittedly, originally Shin Megami Tensei was on this list. I don't know what happened there, but at least this way it doesn't have to get awkward again.
Yeah.
I am going to have to cut the Elder Scrolls. Admittedly, I like Skyrim a lot more than I liked Oblivion, but I think Morrowind is probably the deepest. It has the most interesting world.
You can fly around in it.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it's just looking at Bethesda today. Stop fucking remaking Skyrim. I am so sick. It's you take a good thing and then you just keep adding sauce on top. What's with the food analogy? And you keep just adding more and more stuff to it, and then eventually it's just you're tired of it. I'm sick and tired of seeing Elder Scrolls over and over.
Alex, you can dress up as Link in this one.
There's mods for that. There have been mods for that for years. You can even ride on Rainbow Bright's unicorn. I have it. It looks lovely.
Can you ride on the metal horse?
I don't think there is one for that. For the movie? Yeah, exactly. Eliminated that.
Gone.
Well, we are down to 19 left, and we have 3 shields available still. Only 9 picks left to kind of use them, though, so it's getting interesting. So, Dustin, eliminate away.
We're going to try to bait out a shield now?
I don't really think this is going to bait out a shield. It's on here. I know why it's on here, but looking at this list, I don't know why I'd pick anything else other than to piss somebody off. So Yakuza.
Oh, fucking son of a bitch! Shield it.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay.
Yakuza remains alive.
It has to win something. It's never won game of the month. It has to win something.
See, that's where your choices could change in the top 10. Like, you might put Yakuza over something that makes it, so who knows? Right. I have a feeling me and Dustin have our shield for the same game.
Probably not.
Go ahead, Chance.
Let's go ahead and put the axe to Metal Gear.
Ooh.
Whoa! That's what I
Ooh.
thought you were going to shield, Alex. I thought you would shield Metal Gear.
Since he already wasted his shield on Yakuza.
That's not a waste. You take that back. You watch your... I know you just woke up, man. I know you just woke up, but that's not an excuse. All right, so the reason why I don't want to shield Metal Gear is because Metal Gear is not Metal Gear anymore. It's Konami Gear.
Konami Gear.
Yeah.
So when for you did Metal Gear stop being Metal Gear?
The pachinko machine.
Okay.
Would you still consider Metal Gear 5 Metal Gear? Because it was kind of a divisive one. Okay.
I mean, it's different. It's definitely much more Western. Do I think it necessarily need to happen? No.
No.
But I wouldn't play it for the story, because at the end, if you don't go for the true ending, you're not going to be fulfilled at all.
Right, and then the true ending you have to get the DLC for, right?
The true ending, you literally have to replay half the game, and then eventually you'll just get a special mission. I forgot exactly how to do it, but it's all in the base game. And then
it seems like 5 is really like Peace Walker perfected, I guess.
Yeah, I would say so.
So
Peace Walker had a much more
gameplay-wise-
consistent narrative.
Yeah, gameplay-wise, I do want to play it for that, because Peace Walker is probably still one of my favorites, so...
Just make sure you level up D-Dog. He makes everything amazing.
Yeah. Well, what I'm scared of is having Silent running around and Caitlin walking around.
Quiet.
Like, hi. Quiet, yeah.
Quiet!
Well, if that elimination, I thought I heard Lily doesn't. She needs some food?
No, I asked her, said no.
Well, they want their movie changed, so I'm going to go change a movie real quick.
Okay, it was your turn anyway.
It was? Who got rid of the mode? Oh, you did.
I did. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, Metal Gear Rising was a lot of fun for me.
Oh, that was
that's
fun.
Because you get to play as Raiden and go around and cut heads off and shit. But, like, I don't know, for a series, like, I just could never get into it. Like, it's just not for me.
Like, the whole thing with Raiden, though, it's like he came out in Metal Gear Solid 2, and everybody was kind of like, what the hell is this? And then they put him in 4, and everybody was like, dude, he's awesome. Wouldn't it be cool to play as him in a game? And then they gave it to you, and it's like, wow, he's really awesome. But when he first came, it was like, he was just a whiny,
Yeah. I'm riding.
It's all, but, I mean, I love the series so much, so trust me, it hurts that I couldn't shield it, but... I think also to an extent, I mean, and this isn't me knocking the series because I love how deep the storyline is, but Kojima it becomes way too obtuse for some people. Like, anybody new to the series is like, oh, well, where do I go? Every single time.
Yeah.
Way back to the beginning.
Kojima's tired of it, so that's got to tell you something.
That's pretty much why they kept him. They're like, we need you to make another one. He's like, but the story... It's like the same thing that happened with what's his name? The con man, Inafune, where he ended like at Mega Man 5, and then Capcom told him to keep making more, and then he said no, and then they made more, and then I think with X, it ended at X4, and they ended up going to 8.
Yeah.
That guy pissed me off so much. And it's not even because of Mighty Number 9. Stupid business tactics.
Yeah, part of me that self-punishing, whatever kind of persona that I might have, I do want to play Mighty Number 9, just because I don't think it looks as bad as people say, but I think what it all boils down to is it's not what Inafune said it would be, so that's what people are so disappointed about.
Well, you heard about the whole thing recently with him, right?
No, I mean, not really. I mean, I don't really follow much of anything.
Oh, Level 5 bought him out.
Oh, I think I saw that in the chat. Like, you guys might be talking about that.
Probably.
I mean, sure, okay, level 5, but I mean, does that mean that, he himself is gonna do things differently? Like, because he doesn't want to...
He's probably not going to do anything.
Put a black mark on level 5? Or what?
They probably bought out Concept specifically to get his licenses and IPs. And then, I mean, for them, you think about, like, I think level 5 could do something really cool with, I'll use Mighty Number 9 as an example, because I'm pretty hit or miss with level 5 games. Like, I love the Inazuma 11 series. I really don't care for Professor Layton. I thought Fantasy Life was okay. I think Ni no Kuni was great, for instance. But I think with Mighty Number 9, for example, they could probably do something really, really cool with it if they have that license. Him, I honestly don't think he does anything except draw pictures.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready to start eliminating again.
It's your turn.
Okay.
And I am eliminating Street Fighter.
Oh!
It's a big one, but...
So which Street Fighter is your favorite? Since you're eliminating it, yeah.
I like the Alpha series too, like Dustin.
I'm the oddball, of course, when it comes to picking games most of the time. Anyway, look at my track record for games. But I think that Street Fighter 4, like, in its entirety, once all the, expansions and all the silliness that came along with the names and whatever, I think pound for pound, though, Street Fighter 4 is such a good game, and I enjoyed it more than any others. But then again, I don't have the nostalgia for the Alpha series like you guys do. I didn't play Alpha till after I played Street Fighter 4.
Alpha is, I think, my favorite of the series, Alpha 3 being my favorite, but I have a special spot for Alpha 2. But Street Fighter 3, Third Strike, or Second Impact, or whatever it is also a really good game. It's a lot more technical with the parry system. I really like playing that in the arcades, too.
Yeah, 3 is great.
I just remember, like, playing... I mean, I would have bleeding thumbs from playing Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the Super Nintendo. And, I mean, just huge... Like, I'd have, like, 3 separate blisters, because I would blister one part of my thumb, and then I'd switch my grip, blister the other part of my thumb, and then, like, switch my grip again and blister, like, the very tip of my thumb. So I had, like, 3 separate blisters on my thumb from playing Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And then I remember looking in like an EGM or a GamePro or something and seeing Street Fighter Alpha and just being my jaw just hitting the floor looking at those graphics. So like once Street Fighter Alpha 2 came out on the Super Nintendo, I got that and played that and really loved that. But then once I got my PlayStation and played Alpha 3, it was like Alpha 3 is like perfection to me. But I do agree that I think Street Fighter 3 is really underrated.
Yeah.
Well,
it seems like it's only now that opinion's really come around.
It's been kind of the dark horse of the series. Like it didn't really get like it's like some of the notoriety it has now.
Well, I think it's because they dropped all the characters. Like it was other than Ryu and Ken, it was like completely new cast, and everyone's like,
yeah. And then, but several of those have made it out.
So,
all right, you go.
Who's up?
You.
Oh, me. Oh, wow. This is actually difficult now. Well, I have to say, I've had a lot of fun with this series. I've had some great adventures in it. I think I have experienced insanity, tragedy, comedy, and drama. But I'm going to kiss Diablo goodbye.
Oh. Bye-bye, Diablo.
You just made my job so much harder.
Welcome to the area known as Tristram.
I see one that I'm surprised is still here.
Is it Doom?
But I am actually that surprised. I don't think anyone wants to hurt Janet's feelings.
Yeah, because he already used his shield, so...
Yeah.
Whose turn?
Yours.
Oh, goddamn. Oh, man. Well, like, the 2 that I would pick are already shielded.
Good.
Good. Man. I guess if I really have to look at this objectively, I mean, I could be a dick and say Doom, but Doom does kind of hold a special place in my heart. I guess if I had to look at this economically, I guess I'm going to have to say Tales.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Yeah. Well, I'm starting to
actually
think... Go
I'm
ahead.
surprised it's lasted this long.
Yeah, I kind of am
I was just
too.
thinking that. It's like, wow, Tails is still here.
That
It's a great series.
Yeah.
I think it's like I really think it's like the vanguard for JRPGs now because Persona is so infrequent, Dragon Quest is so infrequent, and Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy. But I think in terms of this list and what's been saved and what's left, yeah, I think Tales. Because Ys is just Ys. You gotta love Ys. But
It's almost annualized at this point if you think about it.
I'm sorry, say that again, Alex.
I said it's almost annualized at this point if you think about it.
Yeah, really is. Like I haven't even Berseria. I haven't even played
that yet.
I haven't played Zestiria yet, so
You could skip Zestiria. It was kind of just there. They tried to do a bunch of different stuff, but everybody was like, "Why'd you change it?" After they said they were tired of doing the same thing.
There's some big ones left, Chance.
Yeah, I'm going go Team Ico.
Ooh,
Whoa!
tears shed all over the world.
Oh,
Colossi
no.
died.
I'm
Yeah,
so
but-
surprised you picked that over something else, though.
yeah, I'm kind of surprised now looking at that list too. Like, but that being said, like I like the Team Ico games, but I think they trade a little too much on. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say here. Like, I think it's one of those things where like people said they're really good, and then everyone believes they're really good, and they are good, but I think they get a little overhyped.
They are good. I was saying this in a comment the other day. They are great first-time experiences. It's not like something you can keep replaying over and over. And then the first times going through the PS2 versions of Shadow of the Colossus and Ico, the controls aren't the best. So people, and even in The Last Guardian, the controls aren't the best. Whether they're done purposefully or not is one thing, but
There's
hey,
to
it made it
feel
to top
emotion.
15. Top 15, so.
They're to
And I'm gonna go ahead.
They're to offer emotion in the controls, to feel the struggle.
I'm eliminating the next one that I'm surprised is still here, and that's Drakengard and Nier.
Oh!
And on the one hand, I'm surprised it's still here because, yeah.
I'm not.
Well, the thing is, give me 1 second. I'm heating up ravioli. The thing is, like, Drakengard and Nier have only really been good since Nier. Like, Drakengard 1 is kind of, it's an interesting game. It's got a lot of interesting concepts and stuff, but it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And from what I hear, like, Drakengard 2 kind of fixes some of the problems, but also creates some new problems as well. And then, like, with Nier, everything just felt right, I guess. Like, for me, Nier was my first entry into the series, so I really hold Nier in a very high regard. Then Drakengard 3 came out, and it was just, like, insanity unleashed. And I love Drakengard 3. And then Nier Automata is, like, everything that came before it, but perfected, you know?
Yeah.
So.
All right,
It
Alex.
is kind of weird that it made it this far, but...
It is.
See, I think like a lot of people these days, like their first exposure to Drakengard was Drakengard 3, which was over the top ridiculous. And then, obviously YouTube with Nier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think YouTube is what made Nier as popular as it is.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's great. I love Nier, but without YouTube and people,
It would have been forgotten.
People like us talking about it and making it, kind of hyping it up, it would just fade into obscurity. Like, it's not popular enough on its own without word of mouth,
East as well, which is still on here. That's another one, I think, YouTube.
Yeah, without
Safe.
Johnny Millennium, I don't think
Yeah.
any of us, it's me at least. I know, Dustin, you heard about Ease a long time ago. But
Yeah, but I
me,
would
like-
have not known it's still around, you know what I mean?
yeah, without Johnny Millennium, there is no Ease in my book.
Or Phantasy Star in my book, personally, because
Yeah.
I honestly,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
never
that's
even realized the first Phantasy Star was on the Master System. I thought it was Genesis, actually.
That's kind of a big omission on this list, no Phantasy Star.
there's a bunch of big
when
omissions
I
on
was
it,
making my
Yeah.
list, I figured you would put it on it, so I didn't put it down.
But yeah, we had
What do you-
Twisted Metal.
Yeah, who put that in? Me?
We needed some fodder, okay?
Yeah.
And it lasted a while. So. All right, Alex, take something out.
All right. Now we're getting we're going for the childhood now. And other than one particular piece of music in these games, I have to say like I love them, but Mega Man has to go.
Oh,
Mega Man didn't make top 10. Oh, man. Right now, I have a feeling what I want to shield will make it. So
Yeah.
And
I'm tempted.
But that being said about Mega Man, I love Mega Man 2. I love Mega Man 3 is actually my favorite. But I love
me
Mega
too.
Man 8 for the terrible voice acting.
Well, I'm writing it down. 5, 4, 3.
We have to stop
Two.
Dr. Wywee from waiting to
Wow.
oil.
There you go. So since you were last, let's do a recap. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 12 games left. 2 of which are shielded, Halo and Yakuza. We have a strong Nintendo lineup here. Final Fantasy, Zelda, Dragon Quest, Mario, Metroid, Castlevania, classics, still going on to this day, holding it down. Then we have Yakuza, Halo shielded, Souls, East, Doom, and Fallout. Those are some heavy titles there. Dustin, you get the honor of eliminating the next game.
Of destroying somebody's
Well,
childhood.
Not really childhood,
Oh.
but like I'm looking at this list and I'm looking at the ones that have been shielded. I can't touch those.
They're gone at 10, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Yakuza's biting the dust, Alex.
No, absolutely not.
Why Yakuza is up here and some of these other ones have been eliminated is beyond me, but that's how the game's played.
I sacrificed binary domain so Yakuza may live, alright?
Yeah. Looking at this list and just in my head, I got to get rid of Fallout.
So you took mine, though, so that had to be next to go, I agree.
I mean, Fallout is amazing, and I played Fallout 1. It was awesome for an old school game. 3 and 4, my thoughts on them are well known, but it's got to go.
Yeah, I agree. Good pick. Tough, good pick.
Yeah. There's no good picks anymore. I mean, there's no easy picks. Although there is one there's 2 that I could be like, eh.
I wonder what those are.
All right, Chance, your turn.
Well, I'm not going to make any friends with this one, but
I think I know what he's going to pick.
By the way, there's no shields anymore. We're at 10, right?
No, this is the last one.
Last
this
one.
Is the last possible, and only Dustin and Steven can, and I don't think they will shield this one. So, maybe I don't know, maybe Steven, I don't know, but I gotta say goodbye to Castlevania.
See, and that was the one that I was like, yeah, I could, because really, when Castlevania got really good is when it started aping Metroid.
Yeah.
No. Super 4, man.
You know what?
Super 4.
Yeah.
After Symphony of the Night, though, nobody cares.
But yeah, the old stuff is good, but when people talk Castlevania, they're talking the Symphony of the Night style gameplay.
Bro, they're talking about Lords of Shadow, alright? Let's get it straight. Let's not get twisted.
Lords of Shadow 2, that's what they're talking about.
Just because I have next pick and I feel like Castlevania deserves to be in the top 10.
Yes!
I will shield it.
Oh!
And save it from elimination.
Gross.
It does not deserve to
What do you mean
get
gross? So
booed
what?
out.
So you're going to eliminate it on the next one? Halo's gone then, jerk.
Yeah, jerk.
So I have the honor of making what will make the top 10.
Oh, God.
And looking at the list here,
I know it has to go, but I don't want it to.
Me too. There's
Doom
only one
is
right.
not making the top 10 chance. Doom is gone. I'm sorry.
Oh man,
I'm picking Doom.
I'm really surprised that.
Yeah, Doom is because I only have nostalgia for the new one and kind of the first one recently. I never really grew up with it. I understand its significance on first-person shooters. If it doesn't come out, that Wolfenstein, Doom being eliminated from history, folks, is a
Big deal.
blister on society. But
so is Half-Life. We basically wiped out a huge part of the video game economy known as Steam.
I know. Everyone just clicked off.
But it was between Souls, East, and Doom for making a top 10, and it was tough.
You can say with honesty that Souls is more important than Doom in the history of gaming.
Not in the history, no.
Well, then why did you erase it from history?
Because I like it more, duh.
I'm just going to say
a lot of things that were eliminated more than what's left.
I was going to say, have you played Doom 3? I've actually never played Doom 3. I just hear it's kind of eh.
Oh, Doom 3, yes. I love
the BFG edition is not because you don't have to worry about this flashlight.
Oh.
Flashlight?
Flashlight.
It's cutthroat at this point. It's cutthroat. I think the Souls
I'm actually
game
surprised
who I
that
stole
Eve made
this
it to
idea
top
from.
10.
Yeah, Souls made it to the top 3, and the people I stole this from. So, pretty crazy.
Well, I think we'll see how it plays out. But anyway,
all right, the official top 10. Then I'll recap it real quick. And Alex, you started off Final Fantasy, Zelda, Dragon Quest, Yakuza, Mario, Metroid, Castlevania, Souls, East, and Halo have made the top 10.
All right, I'm up.
Alex, no more shields. This is the end.
All right. There's 2 games on here that I feel should not be in the top 10, or 2 series I think we can live without. And Master Chief is one of those. So Halo's out.
The Chief is gone. Okay, Halo, Shielded made it to top 10, which Halo series is a great series. So
I mean, we're getting down. There's no bad series here.
Yeah.
But something's got to go.
Except
Listen, even on the total list, even the worst game wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Pong.
Yeah, there was. Not
Twisted
Pong,
Metal.
But, Minecraft. Well, I don't know. I guess there are really devoted fans of every game on there, but
Sims is pretty.
Sims. It's not bad. It's just.
It is what it
Well,
is.
Dustin?
It is what it is. Well, I mean, we're pretty much going to be working on the ones that we just saved anyway. So Yakuza's gone.
You made it.
Come
though.
on.
Come on, Cosmo.
Come
You made it. You made it. You did good. You did good. Don't worry. We'll get him back. We'll get him back.
All right, and you going back to Castlevania then? What are we doing?
Bye, Souls.
Ooh.
Souls is gone.
See,
I
I'm
thought
okay
that's
with
what
that
you were
because,
going to
again,
pick over Castlevania, Chance. Like, I could have sworn you were going to pick Souls.
I was being nice.
Yeah, I was being nice.
I
I'm okay
saved
with
Castle.
Souls.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm okay with Souls because, again, it's basically just a harder melee version of Metroid in 3D. I mean, when you really kind of look back at it, it's that open world.
Yeah.
Everything's interconnected, you know.
And I saved it because it's Castlevania, because I thought it deserved to be higher than a Souls game, because I thought it got roots.
Yeah.
Like Souls got roots from Castlevania and Metroid. So I was like, Castlevania's got to be before Souls.
You definitely see it in Bloodborne too, with a lot of the Victorian castles and stuff.
Yeah. All right. So the next series I will eliminate. Like Dustin just said, I'm surprised it made it. Johnny Millennium, thank you for bringing it to our lives. Some people like me who never heard of it. But East is gone.
And here I was hoping Adol Christian would be fighting Link in the top 2.
So, we're down. Alex, your turn.
All right.
Final Fantasy, Zelda, Dragon Quest, Mario, Metroid, Castlevania.
So, Yakuza made a mention of this series in the game.
Oh, God damn it.
In a side quest. So I am taking out Dragon Quest because if Dragon Quest didn't exist, then it couldn't be in Yakuza. So,
Dragon Quest is a throat cutter.
Throat cutter.
And I'll be curious to, after we're done with this, what you guys want.
Who stays friends?
Well, just what you guys want to win when we're done. Or you can go, Dustin, when you're ready.
Oh, man. Out of this list and what's left, I gotta get rid of Castlevania.
Dang.
This is gonna be 11, and it made it to the top
5. I mean, come on.
Sit down.
That's a good. All right, Chance. I think Chance gets the final pick too. If there are 3 left. I think Dustin is. I don't know.
No, you know what I say when we get to the last 2. I think we do like a count, or I think like we all type in the chat or hit enter at the same time, and then we see which one we want today. I think that would add an element of suspense.
This is difficult. I think. I think probably Mario.
Ooh.
Whoa!
I mean, okay.
That's some big shit.
That is big shit, because that is the game that, like, restarted all of this. Like, if it wasn't for Mario, like, the crash would have just destroyed everything.
Yeah, but we've already decided, though, that's not how we're voting.
Oh, I know.
Because Doom bit the shit a long time ago, so I'm not bitter.
I'm not bitter or anything. I just don't want your series to win.
Well, Mario, yeah, that's okay. Good.
Well,
top 3.
The series.
Oh man, this is
the
hard.
one I want. Well, the one I want to win is still hanging on. So I'm a happy camper, and only way in order to help it to win, I have to eliminate Final Fantasy.
Ooh.
It's gone.
See, out of this list, I'm okay with that because, I mean, the series has kind of, for a while now.
Done something?
Yeah.
Holy crap. The newest member of the podcast team gets the fate of picking the first annual Your Childhood on Blast winner.
Now,
We'll
all
do
right.
this again.
I honestly, I know which one, I know which one's going to win, and I'm totally okay with that.
So, do you want to type in the chat which one we want to win and then hit enter at the same time, or do you want me just to say which one I want out?
This is on you. That's the whole thing.
Yeah,
Alright.
go ahead.
This
I mean,
is yours.
we could all discuss it afterwards. Not a big
Okay.
deal.
Yeah.
So, for the uninitiated who may be listening to this, the final two choices are Zelda and Metroid. Two iconic Nintendo franchises, which started on the Nintendo, exclusively on Nintendo systems. Notice how I keep mentioning Nintendo, because Nintendo is actually really important, even though people shit on them all the time. But
The top six games.
yeah,
Nintendo.
Zelda is, to be honest, I'm actually having a tough time with this. But, in lieu of recent events, in lieu of recent games, I think Zelda has to go, and
Yes!
Metroid wins.
Yes!
In lieu of recent games, let's. So you're talking about Breath of the Wild?
Yeah. Because
You
Breath
don't
of the
like
Wild,
Breath
for
of the
me, like, Breath of the Wild, I think, really did the open world thing perfectly. Like, it wasn't huge and open with nothing in it. Like, there were parts of it where I literally just got on Epona because I spent a ton of money on Amiibo, and I figured I should actually use them. And I just rode around, and there was always something cool to see, a shrine to find, you know, little, like, trinkets of, like, history within the game series, you know, that ties the whole stupid timeline together.
Right.
And
Yep.
that's why I'm like, why can't anybody else do this? And I think Nintendo basically sat in the corner and just took notes for like the past 10, 12 years that it took to develop this game.
So wait. Did you say Zelda's number one?
No, Metroid's number one.
Okay.
Metroid.
I'm sorry.
That is
So-
the game I wanted to win going in.
That was mine too. I'll be honest, that was mine too. Binary Domain was in fact a sacrificial lamb.
So let me ask you this, okay? Because Zelda was actually the series I thought should win.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, like obviously I want to drag because whatever. But once it got down to that, I was like, Metroid. I love Super Metroid, and I love what it's done for the genre, and I love the other games. But at the same time, like I don't feel like it has the impact that Zelda does. And I was just wondering, is it just because of the recent announcements for Prime 4 and Samus's Return? Because
For me-
the Metroid games. Yeah,
Go ahead. You finish your thought.
Well, I was just going to say, it's just, like, in some respects, and maybe it's because you guys are counting another Metroid remake or something, I don't know. But in some respects, I feel like the Metroid, I feel like the Metroid series has a lot of great potential. I don't really feel like Nintendo does its potential, it doesn't do it to its potential, I guess. But maybe we'll see what happens with Prime 4 and the new one. But I feel like Zelda is so big and so important that Zelda would probably be the pick over Metroid, but that's just me.
I feel like there's not enough important pieces with Metroid put together to compare to the important pieces that make up Zelda. Like you said, I mean, the first one is great, of course, but Super Metroid, humongous. But then after that, it's like, well, I mean, you got Metroid 2, and you got Metroid Prime, which was kind of what am I trying to say? Like, not controversial, but like, 50-50. Like, some people loved it, some people are just whatever about it. And then you got Zelda with, the first one, and Link to the Past, and Ocarina of Time, all being so independent, and Wind Waker, and this new one, all being so independently important by themselves to make up this much bigger picture. I think Zelda is the more important series, even though you may like those singular experiences with Metroid more, maybe, but I just think that Zelda is a much bigger animal.
For me, I think they kind of both brought these same things just on a different plane as far as backtracking and exploring.
Yeah.
Because Zelda did it in the overworld kind of style with the top-down view, walking around exploring, and Metroid kept it to that 2D style. Metroid has recently become, the past 2 years, like the new love of mine. Like when we were talking, I was talking about, you're mentioning my favorite games of all time now, Chance. Metroid has jumped the list completely. Super Metroid, asking me today, is probably my number one game of all time right now after playing it. Dustin, his list he made, Super Metroid, was his number one game of all time. So I think that
It was?
Yeah, it was. If you look back at your top 20 games of all
From
time.
like 5 years ago.
Yeah. That's surprising
But I
that I did it over Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, you had it at number one. So it was crazy. So I just think while Zelda has had more entries and has probably done a little bit more, just the recent love I found with Metroid and what it's done with this music and atmosphere, gameplay always solid. Zelda series has had some snafus with Skyward Sword and stuff here and there.
Good game.
And so has Metroid with Other M. Like they've all had some glimmers of downsides, but
I actually like Other M more than I like the Prime games.
I liked Other
there
M
you go.
too. Just
But,
no cutscenes, but other than that, I thought it was good.
It's something about that 2D look and feel, the atmosphere you get from it, finding the hidden heart container or energy containers and stuff like that, the weapons, the upgrades, seeing it speedrun is another new thing I like seeing. I just love Metroid. It's like my thing. I just love it.
I think the other important thing to look at, besides the fact that Nintendo was strongly represented in this list towards the end of it, both of these games offer some form of exploration into an open world, looking at, say, Zelda 1 and Metroid, which continue, but, and Link to the Past especially, but I think the exploration's a little bit different. While Zelda gives you a whole world and says, go at it, Metroid basically makes you look for it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to find that next ability so you can access a different area. And I think it captures that whole sci-fi unknown thing. Like, you think about it, you're filling out a map as you go, and then you see, like, these Chozo statues that give you abilities, and you have no idea what they are. It's like some ancient relic from 1,000 years or whatever the heck it is ago. And it definitely gets that, I guess you could say, suspense factor with some of the music choices. While with Zelda, it seems, I'm not saying it's all happy-go-lucky, it just tends to be brighter. Unless you get to, like, Twilight Princess, where they really took it in a very dark direction. With, I guess you could say, the graphical design and the storyline. But, I mean, I think they both excel at different things. I would say, arguably, maybe Zelda probably has done a lot more. And I think but it's also had a lot more spin-offs, I think.
Yeah.
And
do you feel like the lack of Metroid games really helps Metroid's case?
I think so, absolutely. I think people have been pining for it for so long that when Samus Returns comes out, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it ends up with, like, I'll even say it now, like a 6.5, 7 on a stupid scale out of 10, because it's entered into that hype level where it can't meet any expectations.
Yeah.
Just like so many games tend to when they're like, oh, look, we're doing this after 15 years. And unless you're like a GTA or a Breath of the Wild, for instance, or even like Persona 5, it's very rare for something with that much hype to come out and exceed expectations. And I think it's kind of unfair at the same time.
And I think they could both have easily have been number one. Like Zelda with Link Between Worlds. Oh, I just love that game so much. Even though people love Breath of the Wild, I love the 3D entry even more than that. I just love that handheld version. And
that's really like Zelda's weak spot is the portable games. I feel like
Spirit Tracks and stuff like that.
Are you counting the ports of Ocarina and Majora? Actually, Majora's Mask was a really dark game too. I completely neglected that one.
Yeah.
And then I'm kind of in the boat of give me a sci-fi fantasy, like kind of over that Zelda. I don't know where you'd even classify that.
Space Souls?
But just swords and bows. I just love sci-fi space stuff too. So another little minor point in Metroid there, but I'm glad I didn't have to pick it. Even though I wanted Metroid to win, Zelda's a tough one to.
Yeah, I probably made some enemies taking that cut.
So but that being
said, I do have all of the Zelda art books, the mangas, and all that stuff. So it's not that I'm not a fan of the series. I love it. Yeah. But Samus Aran, she's my girl.
So the top 10 ended up being Halo, Yakuza, the Soul series, including Bloodborne, Ys. I'm so surprised Ys is at number 6. But Dragon Quest, Castlevania.
Again, it was 2 letters, and we probably just overlooked it.
Castlevania number 5, Mario number 4, Final Fantasy number 3, Zelda number 2, and Metroid is king of all. So, or queen.
Yeah, or queen, depending on how you look at it.
That was fun, guys. That was really interesting.
We should do this again, and this time remember Phantasy Star, Shin Megami Tensei. Maybe put DMC in big bold letters so we actually remember it's there.
or just
that's the thing.
DMC on the list.
This is something this could always be visited like in every half a year or something if we ever wanted to. If we can't think of an idea for an episode.
I'm surprised BioShock wasn't
Your
on
childhood
this,
on blast. I purposely left stuff off.
Yeah, because you were afraid. You were afraid.
If you put all heavy hitters on there, it just makes it that much tougher. So it's.
I will drive to your house and cut you.
So, what was the game you wanted to shield, Dustin? Like, if you had any thoughts.
Well, I really didn't think Dragon Quest would make it as far as it did.
I thought you were going to shield Metroid as well. That's what I was like. I thought we'd both shield the same thing.
Oh, I can't shield. Once you get the top 10, you can't shield.
I meant before, like if it would have been called. I'm wondering.
Yeah, I mean, there was a few that I was watching, but there was like I pretty much assumed that most of the Nintendo stuff was safe to top 10. But I was actually really surprised that Dragon Quest made it to top 10 because I don't know.
I didn't know if Metroid was safe because I didn't know Chance's history with Metroid. So I thought you were going to exit Chance before top 10.
I should have.
Still bitter about that.
Everybody.
Still bitter about that Doom.
Honestly, thinking about it, I should have got rid of Ys. I should have kept Doom. I don't know why I kept Ys. So if I could have a take back, I'm sorry, Chance. I should have got rid of Ys before Doom.
If I could have a do-over,
we said it was personal preference, not really important.
Yeah, it is. That's whatever you want.
If I could have a do-over, I would have eliminated. I think I probably would have eliminated Final Fantasy earlier. Only because, to Dustin's point, it's like I love the series, I grew up with it, but I thought 15 was good, but it was a mess. Like, it definitely has like a whole case of mistaken identity, and I think the series as a whole, other than like your theater rhythms and all that stuff, is just getting very tied up in its own shit, as it were. Like, it has to outdo itself. Like, it's reached that point where it has to keep going further.
It's kind of like Metallica and AC/DC. It's not really a band anymore. It's a brand.
Yeah, it's a brand. Soon we'll have Final Fantasy collection.
Since this has turned to an Arrow episode, we probably could split these two up, like what we talked about before. Next 2 episodes here would have been awesome. The E3 and then this thing. So.
Well, right now we're sitting at 245, and with in between probably like 2.5.
Since I have children who need the dad, I say go ahead and close it out.
Yeah, I think so too.
And since we can actually kind of do this more frequently now. Maybe not at 5:30 in the morning, so we can all be here. But the Saturdays have seemed to open up, especially for me and Dustin, and Alex good pretty much whenever, and Chance is normally good on the weekends too. So hopefully we can continue and at a steady pace, and we'll be able to go over games we've been playing maybe in about 2 or 3 weeks or so.
Wonderful.
Excellent. Well, again, sorry that I didn't wake up in time, but I didn't miss much if all you talked about was E3, because I didn't watch, and the only things that I was really hyped about were the new Wolfenstein and Metroid. So
there you go.
That's my opinion
on the E3 recap. All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys. Hopefully you guys are still with us here after missing out on all this time. We're coming back, like you said, stronger than ever before. I'm out. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Toodles.